Hi guys. So today we are going to learn in this part 3 another 5 to 10 SQL interview questions which has been asked in many top tier companies. So let's understand them quickly one by one. To start with, we can generally start with what is database, right? So they wanted to know your knowledge. Do you understand the database, right? So you can answer in these 3 points, considering these 3 points. The first point is it's a structured collection of data that is organized and stored in a systematic manner. So it's also a file, but it's an organized file. It is designed efficiently, manage and manipulate the large amount of data. The third point you can say is a database in SQL consistent of tables which are made up of rows and columns, right? It allows for the storage and retrieval of data through SQL queries. So question number 2, which is very important. What are the subset? What are the different categories that we can divide SQL queries into? So it's very common question. It has been asked in almost all the interviews. So you have to remember this, right? So you can start with, there are DDL, DML, TCL, DCL, right? So then they will start asking, what are these full form and what they belongs to, right? So you can start with, okay, let me give you explanation, a few explanation about DDL. So data definition language, right? So data definition is nothing but when we define some objects, right? Okay. So let's see. So here you can see there are some examples. What comes under DDL as a definition language, right? So when we create a table, when we draw, when we add a column, when we modify, when we truncate, when we do something with the table, right? So it's mostly creation or decomposing or these kind of thing, right? Okay. The next is, what is DML? So once the object is created or a object is modified, now the next things comes is we wanted to insert the data, we want to retrieve the data, we want to modify the data, right? We want to update the data, we want to delete the data. Here we are talking about the data inside it, right? We are not, so DDL is like constructing a house, okay? But if the person who is living inside that house, that is nothing but a DML, means the person goes, comes, eat, will, sleep, and walk, right? So they will do all these activities, right? So inside. So we are talking about the data which are inside the rows and columns, right? So that you refer as a DML. Always remember manipulation when DML comes to your mind, okay? Okay. So next is TCL. So it's also divided in another category. So TCL is nothing but a transactional control. What does it mean? Suppose I hope you use some bank account or many other things, right? Which are important for locking your transactions. When you perform some transactions at the same time, you wanted to withdraw from your bank account, from multiple places, you want to make a payment, you wanted to use the card, or maybe your some other family members is using the card, right? So many transactions are going to the bank from your account at the same time. How does the bank manages it, right? So this is a best example to give if somebody asks you more on the transaction side, right? So mostly it is in three category: commit, rollback, and save point. So commit is nothing but a statement comes for, for to do some action, maybe any action. It can be any action. It can be creation, insertion, any action, right? So once this is 100% permanently set into the database file, we call it as a commit. You want to commit. Suppose you are 30% done and you face some error or you face some difficulties in processing the data or updating the data, right? Then you want entire set of query to roll back, means you wanted to get the previous state of the data. So that is nothing but a rollback. So save point is nothing but till that point, if you perform out of 5, you perform 3 actions and you wanted to save those actions as a save point. So it will help you to save the state of your transaction in a particular manner. Okay. So the next is data control language, which also called DCL in short. So basically DCL queries are used to control access and permission related, right? So suppose it's kind of a DBA kind of or admin kind of thing, right? Granting access, revoking, denying access, restricting something, right? So that is also part of the SQL, right? DCL. Okay. So the next is they might also ask you, do you know what is CDC? So this was very hot in 2015 and 2012 when it was needed, right? So suppose you wanted to you wanted to capture any change happened to your data. So you want Microsoft to do on your behalf, track the changes on your behalf. If you will write your own code, to track the changes, what was the old data, new data, you will end up with a lot of wasting your time, right? But now Microsoft is giving you a wonderful technique where you can apply the configuration and you can tell, okay, I wanted to capture the information of previous and new data, and I want to enable the configuration. So it's very simple. Microsoft takes care of, all the changes for capturing all the changes. So that is nothing but CDC, change data capture. Okay, so the next is, yeah, I think that's it. So we'll include more interview questions, and we're also going to do some live SQL interviews, live in the sense there will be candidate and there will be a panel interviewing the candidate. So if you are interested in these kind of videos, please subscribe and like our videos. You can also download our app for free SQL course, free interview courses, a lot of free materials, no charge, no payment is required. Okay, thanks. Thanks for watching.